think I'm gonna have to like lick my lips here.
Yeah. No, that was actually
It was very good.
But
Yeah.
I love Mexican food.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who doesn't?
I know like a couple people, but they're weird.
Well, speaking of food, our next guest is CEO of Palatable, an app that provides access to food that matches individual tastes, diets, and nutritional preferences. Let's welcome Roopak Gupta. What's up?
Hi.
What's up? How does this app work?
So app takes on your dietary preferences in terms of it. We ask you your diets, we ask you your cuisines that you like, and we ask you what kind of allergies you have. And then after that, it's a Tinder-based approach. It's a dish-based app.
The Tinder-based approach.
So I can swipe left on stuff?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And as you swipe left or right, we are learning more about your flavor profile. And we tell you which dishes are, so you like a particular dish, and we'll tell you which restaurant is serving that dish.
In our area.
In your area.
Yeah, because I don't want to know what's being served in Cleveland,
it is,
right?
Yeah.
So it is by default, it is just in your local area. And once you go to a restaurant, you can actually check it out, and they will have chef pairings in there for the particular menu item. So if I go to ethnic cuisine and I figure out, hey, I'm this ethnic cuisine and I don't know what goes well with this, there you go, you have the chef pairing for that.
Isn't that nice? Because a lot of times with ethnic cuisine, if it's not our own ethnicity, we have no freaking clue.
And that was the reason, that is how the idea was happening. I was sitting with a Thai cuisine, and I'm saying what goes nice with these noodles. I had no idea. There was no server over there to answer it. And that was one of the reasons Palatable was born.
Yeah, when you pair your users with these individual dishes and lead them to individual restaurants, do they see reviews before they go?
They do not. And Palatable only takes in those restaurants which have a profile of 3.5 or higher ratings in Yelp or Google.
Oh, okay. So you filter them
do
off.
filter
Them off.
Okay.
And this is a part of our contract with the restaurants. If their rating goes down, we will take them off of our platform.
Oof. Well, that's an important incentive.
In that sense, how did you get the restaurants to sign up in the first place?
That was all guerrilla approach, to go in, walk into there, and show them the app. We have, so the first resistance is, okay, you guys are another Grubhub or Uber Eats, and we have to just tell them, no, we are not. It's all about customer experience, because you can use Palatable while you are even sitting inside a restaurant, and it is a digital menu for the customers.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just delivery, it's also
So
restaurant
it
experience.
is actually not delivery at all. It is all takeout, and the experience that a consumer is having sitting inside a restaurant. We have our own recommended menu. So if you go on a restaurant profile, you'll see a full menu and a recommended menu. And recommended menu is based on your profile. If I'm a vegan, I will only see vegan dishes.
So did you get customers first, or did you get the restaurants first?
Both together.
How did you? No, come on. There has to be an order. Which one did you get
So
first?
we went the restaurant first, and then once we got to the restaurant, we started marketing in a very specific area right now in New Brunswick to our customers.
Okay.
Okay, so right now we had a restaurateur here, Casa
Yeah.
del Toro. How does he get on your app? What's the process?
The process is go sign up on our site, and our salespersons will reach out to them, and we will import their menu into our system, and we'll get started.
So what's your background? How'd you told us the story of how you were inspired, but what did
you do
in a
before
previous
this?
life? Yeah.
So in my previous life, I have been building tech, and I built my first robot when I was in middle school.
You built a robot in middle school? What, did the robot do anything important?
No, it will just walk at that time.
Okay. Brings you water or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
it will just walk, and by the time I was in engineering in 2000 in India, I had built what we call it as a vacuum rob over here. I had built exactly the same platform. And from there, I got inspiration, and I started creating ideas and a product for other people. So that's how I landed up. This idea was born when I was doing my MBA from Columbia. So just after our whole class, the whole day class at 7 p.m., we were sitting, and we were not able to find one restaurant where all of us go and eat. And that's where the idea was born. So I'm a technology guy from my background for about 20 years.
Did you build any other apps before?
We build many apps. In fact, we have a company, Hureka Technologies, where we help startups to build the apps.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I get a lot of people, right? We interview startup entrepreneurs who want to build an app. What do you think the most important advice for someone who wants to build an app is?
Go out and talk to your customers even before you start investing in coding.
Oh, I totally agree with that.
Biggest problem is people build apps to what they think is right rather than what the customer is right. And they burn the money out in building something that is not required for the market.
Then what do you do when your customers don't know what they want? Because they're saying they don't know until you show it to them.
Julia's right.
So you have to find out ways to figure out what they really want and what is missing. So if you you have a great idea, but your customers don't want it as of now, they are not ready, you launch the idea and it will fail. You have to have an idea which is right for the customer base at that time.
Then how do you know this is the right time? Because let's face it, a lot of products are ahead of their times.
So when you launch a product, there has to have some people loving that idea and adopting it. So the key is when you launch it, not the complete product, launch it very locally and check out if it is generating, if people are sharing your idea.
So on a micro scale, you can kind of tell what's going to happen in the big world.
In a big world, because you have to take up a very small world. Like for example, for me, I initially interviewed about 100 restaurant owners. And I was kicked out from about 20 of those restaurants.
Good for you. That is a very low rate. I gotta say, 20% is very low rate.
Yeah, and then rest of them who were adopting, I literally. So this was Steve Blank's class in Colombia, and we were supposed to go out and interview. So we interviewed about 100 restaurants and 500 consumers, and we were checking them out in terms of their response. Was the response okay? This is nice, or was the response, hey, this is something I'm gonna take it tomorrow? And based on that, you check it out.
Okay, Roopak, we're out of time. Where do we get your app?
Yeah.
Just go to palatable.app, read through the site, and download it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, thank you for taking the time to tell us about your forays into entrepreneurship. Congrats on all your success.
Yeah.
Thank you.